In this episode, I speak with mystic guide and mentor Abby Kneipp. We discuss the fears that prevent people from stepping into their sovereignty, and she even taps in and connects to my spirit guides. You don't want to miss it. Welcome to the Abundance Hack Show, where we are inspiring you to ditch the outdated beliefs, release the blocks, and fully embrace your sovereignty so you can confidently expand to allow more love, joy, and aligned success in your life. I am Niajae, your conscious accountability partner, reminding you that abundance is your birthright. Hey M&Ms, thank you for tuning into the Abundance Hack Show. What are you manifesting in your life today? I am super excited about today's guest, Abby Kneipp, and she is a mystic guide and mentor, and I'm so excited to learn more about her and her story. But before we dive in, Abby, I want to ask you, what does abundance mean to you?
Great question. To me, abundance means living a life that is in alignment with what lights you up and having this mindset of, possibilities and opportunities and expansion, and not having this mindset of, lack and scarcity, or not being taken care of by the universe. It's knowing that you're always taken care of, and everything that you desire can come your way. If you just believe it, it will appear.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so excited to chat with you. So I came across your Facebook profile, and first I was like, oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. And you had some makeup and like symbols on your face. I'm like, I have to know more about her. And then we exchanged a couple of voice memos, and I was like, oh my God, I love her accent. So after following you, I just like reading your posts, I'm like, she's so unapologetic and just her. And that's one of the things that I really want people to focus on with this podcast, is really stepping into their sovereignty and sharing their voice with the world. And you do that. So I'm so excited to learn more about you. So tell us, who is Abby?
Thank you so much, beautiful. I'm so excited to be here with you today. You're just so, so beautiful. So a little bit about me. If I'm to label myself anything, I would label myself a mystic guide, because, that is the work that I do. And that is when I'm in full alignment with myself, then I channel, messages from people's spirit guides, and pass that on to them, for them to have a greater understanding and awareness of who they are and their gifts. And it really, really, really lights me up to see people stepping into their gifts and just owning who they are, and really doing life in a way that feels in alignment with them, not the way that they feel they need to, do life because society has conditioned them to be. So I'm incredibly, incredibly motivated by supporting people to be in their sovereignty, freedom, and power, because I believe that is our complete birthright. And when we reclaim that part of ourselves, like, life just opens up. It's like a whole new world. And what's really on my heart, like what really drives me like nothing else, is the women and children in this world, and being a voice for them, and really supporting them in as many ways as possible, because there's so many women out there that don't have a voice. And I feel like it's my responsibility and duty for the women in this world that don't have a voice, for me to be able to use my platform to inspire and to share messages. I'm so passionate about supporting women. And yeah, I live a very, very interesting life. I'm really connected into the dream world as well. So I do a lot of work in the dream time. And a lot of people say that I end up in their dreams, or I end up in their shamanic meditations and give them messages. So I'm really in the mystical realm. That's really where a lot of my gifts lie.
I love it. I love it. So for someone who doesn't know, I feel like most of the audience won't know, but if someone doesn't know what a spirit guide is, how would you describe that?
Love that. Yeah. So how I would describe the spirit guide is, we each have like a team up there. We could say heaven or the universe. I believe we each have a specific team of beings that support us whilst we're here on earth. So we could call them angels, or we could call them, ascended beings. But yeah, I call them spirit guides, and they are beings that are not living on earth, but they live up in the cosmos, and they support people's journey whilst here on earth. And they know us very, very well. They know our journey, they know our purpose, and they're here to guide and support and protect us whilst we're here.
I love it. I love it. So I know I've mentioned Abraham Hicks a lot. So Abraham is the collective or team that Esther Hicks channels. So that's the best way I feel like I could explain it to someone who may not know, but I feel like the audience pretty much knows.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a wonderful example. Yeah.
Yeah. So before we dive into how you help people step into their sovereignty, I want to know a little bit about your background, because usually something happens in our lives to cause us to do this work. So like, when did you know that you were called to do this work?
Love this question. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always just been like a truth seeker and always just wanted to get to the bottom of things. And I would always test the limits in life and test the boundaries, and, you know, sometimes get into trouble. Even though I was a really respectful, gentle little girl, I was always really adventurous and just wanted to know more. So I've always had this thirst for knowledge. And yeah, I went through a lot of interesting, intense experiences when I was younger. You know, I've been through abuse and rape, and I had a near-death experience 3 years ago now. So I'd say that was one of the most pivotal moments in my life, where I was literally out of my body during a plant medicine ceremony, and I had to make a decision to come back. So I had a choice whether I wanted to leave my body or come back into my body. So I decided to come back, and it took months and months to actually come back into the body properly. And I remember I'm like, I need to make a decision to really be here and really find out what it is that I'm meant to be doing. It's always been linked to children, but I knew that there was like a bigger purpose for my life. And I, you know, found mentors, and I found elders, and I just kept learning knowledge. And I've always been someone that's been an encourager with my friends. It's just always come naturally to me to support them and encourage them to dream big and to go after their goals. And I first started my business doing actual tarot readings and intuitive readings. After this healing session, I could hear people's spirit guides. I was like, that is so bizarre. I'm actually hearing these messages. And people literally started to come up to me and said, I really would love a reading of you. And I was like, I've never done this before. And so it just naturally, organically unfolded into what I do now in my business, which is I still channel messages, but it's really supporting them in being all that they can be. And I believe because of all the experiences I've had in my life where I've felt, you know, not good enough from the schooling system and all the abuse I went through, and really feeling that, you know, I can't do this, because there's so many things that push me down in my life where I wanted to give up, or I believe that my mission was too big. But there was always that part of me, and there will always be that part of me that will never give up. And I think because of all those trials I've been through, it's like this fire inside of me that really wants to see that inside other people too, to remind them to never give up, because we are so resilient. We are so resilient, and that is the beautiful thing about the human spirit. So
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. So what would you say is one of the main reasons why people hold back, like the thing that stops people from fully stepping into their sovereignty?
Great question. I feel it really comes back to fear, you know, and fear can be so crippling. It can be so consuming, and the fear could be a fear of rejection, you know, from the world or from their friends and family, or, you know, what if they don't, you know, get accepted by really sharing their true selves, and they don't have that sense of belonging they once had. And I also feel we can have things from our childhood, even past lives, that are holding us back as well. So it could be fear, but I feel a lot of it is really linked to childhood. where things happened when we were little or needs didn't get met, and we didn't accomplish something we thought we would, or our parents said something that was really harsh. So that gets stored in the subconscious part of our brain, and we believe that we can't do it, or we're unable to really accomplish what we want to accomplish. So I feel a lot of it is linked to childhood. And when we can clear out that trauma and those memories, we're able to really step into and support ourselves in taking steps forward.
Beautiful. Yeah, I totally agree. I do a lot of inner work. I talk about a lot of inner work, like different healing modalities to help people overcome their subconscious blocks. And the subconscious blocks are usually always linked to what happened in their childhood. So yeah. And
yes.
so you also mentioned the mission feels too big. So I feel like that's another part of it. Not only because I know I actually went through this myself. Like I feel like I was told my purpose at a very young age, and I was like, nope, no, thank you. I don't want it.
Yeah.
So I received a message when I was younger saying like, you are a vessel, and like you're going to be used in this way. And I was just like, nope, no, thank you. Like, I don't want to be a vessel. And so I went to see Abraham Hicks live. And that was the first time I feel like I received like a direct message from my spirit guides. But instead of being excited, I cried. I was just like, I don't want to be a vessel. I'm really honest. I'm really honest with my audience, but I had a moment where I was just like, I want my life to be for me. I don't want to, like serve and have to like do all this work in a world, because there's so much work to do. So it felt too big. It felt like if I'm trying to like make a difference, like this is going to take a lot. It's a lot of responsibility for me. Yes. So I feel like I resisted for a really long time, but it's like that little nudge gets like bigger and bigger and bigger until you can't ignore it anymore. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll be a vessel.
Yes, I so resonate, and thank you so much for sharing that. I so get it. Such a big responsibility.
Yeah, it is. So if there's anyone out there that feels that way, what would you say to them?
I love your questions. Yeah, that's an amazing question. I really feel to say, if anyone is out there that is feeling this way, just know that the cost of not listening to your soul and following your mission will, it will break a piece of your heart. I just know, and you will feel that calling. Like it won't leave you alone. It will keep nudging you. It will keep giving you signs, and it is what you're here to do. And even if it feels big and scary and overwhelming, once you say yes to it, you will receive so much support in the form of people, in the form of opportunities, the form of the universe, whatever you connect to, if that's God or Great Spirit. And like you will feel more alive than you've ever felt before. And there really is nothing to be afraid of. Like you'll feel fear, absolutely, but there's nothing to be afraid of. And you were born to do this, and it's for you.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. I love it. And we have everything in us that we need to serve our purpose, to live our purpose. We just have to kind of unlock it, but it's already there.
Yes, it is already there.
If you were looking for a sign, here it is. This is your reminder to not settle, to know your worth, and to follow your bliss. This is a reminder to maintain alignment and show up in your fullest expression. Abundant and Aligned Society is an accountability program to remind you that you are a powerful being and you deserve to live the life you truly desire. Go to niajae.com/society to join in on the magic, because life is meant to be abundant. you mentioned something about star heritage and ancestral lineage. So if you had to explain how you help people, I guess, discover their life's purpose through their star heritage, can you explain that?
Yes, absolutely. So I feel that, and I'm so open to, everyone's own unique beliefs, but I feel that we come from, a star heritage. So we come from, a star. We come from a different place that is not here, that is not Earth, but we come to Earth for our mission to support humanity. And our ancestral lineage is, our bloodline, and that can, date back to many, many past lives beyond this life as well. So a lot of people come to me and they really want to know, where their soul has been before. And through working with so many clients, I realized that our soul really is eternal, and we do come from somewhere that is not of earth. And for a lot of us, we've been here quite a few times, and a lot of people have connected to their Native American Indian through having sessions with me. And the purpose of that is to bring back these gifts, these memories, and also clear trauma that could be stored in the body from that lifetime, and to have a deeper understanding of who they are and even their current fears, and why they're so drawn to certain cultures and rituals and ceremonies, and to bring that into their everyday life. Because I truly, truly believe, and there's an amazing book written on this by a neurosurgeon, that once we fully connect to, our ancestral lineage and the star nation or galaxy, whatever we want to call it, then we can fully inhabit our body here whilst we're on Earth. Because it's like we're both, we are human, but we're also this spirit, and that spirit comes from somewhere. So yeah, I'm really passionate about that.
I love it. And you can do readings online as well, so they don't have to be in person?
Yes, exactly. I have clients all around the world. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So amazing. So amazing. And I'm like, I'm curious now. Like, I want a reading. So, so where would you say confidence falls under helping someone identify and live their purpose?
Confidence, yes. I really feel, when I'm working with people, when they can own and appreciate those aspects of themselves that maybe they've never been able to own before, and really, really love all those parts of them that make them unique, and really know that they are gifted and that they're here for a purpose. They're not just, they're not here to just live a basic life, that they're here to live, a big life. Then that confidence really starts to come in, and I have the ability to really see and acknowledge people's gifts, which makes them unique. And I notice they start to feel really confident in who they are, because, in society we've been conditioned to live a certain way, and after school you do this and you do that. And I think that really destroys a lot of people's confidence, because they end up getting into a job, or they end up falling into this life pattern which doesn't really bring them joy, and they've forgotten what it is that lights them up. So I really feel when we do what lights us up, and when we're living from the heart, living in integrity and owning our unique gifts, we just develop this confidence, and we radiate that out into the world. And yeah, just really loving all parts of ourselves, even the weird and the quirky. And yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. I feel like it's just, I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh my goodness. So what would you say is something else that stands in people's way from just really living an abundant life and just fully stepping into their power? So fear, confidence, is there anything else?
I also feel there's like a fear of their greatness. So it's like it's still another type of fear, but it's a very different one. And I can relate to that because that was me for so much of my life. Like I'd dip my toe in and then I'd be like, okay, that's enough. And I would hop back out. And, and I realized, I'm like, wow, I'm actually not scared of failing, but I'm really scared of my greatness and my power. And it still comes up for me now. It's like, wow, can I really accomplish that? Yes, I can. And so can everyone else. And I really feel, and beautiful Nelson Mandela, a man that I love and respect so deeply, you know, he speaks to that in his inaugural speech. You know, it's our greatness, it's our light that, you know, scares us the most. And I really feel that so deeply. We're so afraid of it because we are so beautiful and we are so powerful and we really can accomplish anything. Like I still trip out when I see planes in the sky and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was created. Like planes, you know, and that is such a reminder to me always, like we can create anything. So yeah, I think it's the fear of our own greatness and bigness.
Yes, yes. I talk about that as well, fear of success, because it's unknown. We know how it feels to fail, but we don't know how it feels to succeed. And so that unknown scares people, like, who will I have to be and what will my life look like? You know, what do I have to do to maintain it, sustain it? So yeah, it's a huge thing.
Yes, exactly what you just said. Yep, exactly.
So what would be your top 3 tips for living an abundant life?
Oh, love this. Top 3 tips. I would say for the first tip, really doing all those things that bring you joy, because when I do all those things that bring me joy, I just feel the most abundant. And, you know, the little things and the big things, and doing things for you that are just for you, not necessarily for an outcome, you know, whether that's a creative hobby or hiking in nature. So really doing those things that bring you joy. And the second tip would be to have like a mindset routine that you do every day. So for example, every day that I wake up, I state at least 5 to 10 things that I'm grateful for. And that creates a really abundant mindset, and it keeps you in that energy of, wow, there is so much to be grateful for. And it's just, it expands your ability to receive abundance and be the frequency of abundance. And I would say the third one would be to give, to remember to give, because when we give, we receive. And when we just give from the heart, like the abundance just naturally flows. It's that cycle of giving and receiving, and so much will continue to come to you when you give. And yeah.
So good. And I talk about gratitude all the time. So I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. It all is like, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I have to ask, like you said you could hear people's spirit guides. So when you got on the Zoom with me, or now, or anytime during this interview, can you hear anything for me?
I would love to tune in. So I always ask permission first.
Oh, that's such good like etiquette and integrity. That's important, because I've had people walk up to me on the street like, "Ooh, can I like tell you what I'm picking up for you?" And I'm like, "Whoa, I didn't ask." Like unsolicited readings is not okay.
I feel the same. That's not okay. Yeah. So do I have your permission?
Yes.
Amazing. I love that you asked. I always start giggling when they arrive every single time when I meet people's spirit guides. Of course, you have a badass team. Like there's like 7 of them.
Oh, wow.
I'm not surprised. You're a powerful woman. There's like 4 males and 3 females, and they got
Oh,
like
wow.
a strong warrior energy. And they're saying that your mission is huge, and you know it, and you're here to inspire the masses and support women from their own, they're saying like own inner slavery, you know, where they just feel trapped within themselves. Like a lot of women are so inspired by the messages that you share, and you give them like this torch this flame that they reignite within themselves because of you. And you're inspiring so many more people than you even realize. And you're a goddess and you're a queen, and you have them backing you. So they're saying they want to come in more and support you and what you're doing, because what you're doing is huge. And I see so many books, you writing a lot of books. Yeah, and just women, just you supporting so many women for them to become more free and really own their power and really be a voice for what they stand for in the world. Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Like I had chills like when you started. So I'm just like, I felt it. And I'm telling you, I have so many books in me, and I've just been like, so when you said that, I'm just like, of course, because I feel like the universe has been telling me like, chop chop. I wonder, like, did my spirit guide say she's a stubborn one? She's a stubborn one.
They're laughing right now. Oh my gosh, yeah, there's so many books in you. Whoa, they're going to be amazing.
Thank you. So do you see anything, or did they say anything about love? Like love, relationships?
Oh, yeah, there's a man. Mm-hmm. There's a man, and he's on his way. They're saying you haven't met him before, but you have a choice. You're going to meet a couple. You have a choice.
I like choices.
And there's no right or wrong.
Oh, so I have options. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, options, girlfriend.
Oh my goodness. I love talking to you. So if someone wants to reach out to you because they want a reading, how can they find you online?
Yeah, so my Instagram and my Facebook, so they can find me on either one of those pages and just send me a message and I can get into contact with them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I feel like this doesn't stop for us. Like I feel like we're connected. You're in Australia, but I'm like, I still feel like we're so connected. We were meant to connect, and I feel like we're going to do great things together somehow, some way. So
me too, gorgeous. You're just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I feel the same way about you.
Thank you, beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Until next time, M&Ms, be decadent. Thank you for tuning in to the Abundance Hack Show. I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments and questions, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our yummy episodes. Every time you leave a 5-star rating or review, I do my happy dance.